Rapper Fetty Wap has been sentenced to 6 years in prison. His sentence is for his role in a drug trafficking conspiracy that took place in parts of Long Island and New Jersey.
In this video, we'll uncover the stories of 6 talented rappers whose careers have been put on hold as they face the harsh consequences of their actions. From chart toppers to underground sensations, these artists once dominated the mic, but now find themselves behind bars. Join us as we explore the shocking journeys of 6 rappers currently rotting in jail. Young Thug.
This is video from court of Young Thug in a blue jumpsuit. The rapper and 28 other defendants charged in a 56-count indictment alleging street gang activity, including robbery and murder.
Young Thug, the Grammy Award-winning rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is currently embroiled in a high-profile RICO case that has the hip-hop community and legal experts on edge. The trial, which is set to begin with jury selection in Atlanta, Georgia, sees Young Thug facing 8 criminal counts, including conspiracy to violate the state's RICO, or racketeering law. The indictment alleges that Young Thug co-founded a street gang called YSL, or Young Slime Life, back in 2012, which has been accused of wreaking havoc on the city, with crimes ranging from attempted armed robbery to murder. The prosecution's narrative paints Young Thug not just as a participant, but as a leader and promoter of the gang's criminal activities. As the legal proceedings unfold, the spotlight turns to the testimonies of former YSL associates who have taken plea deals. One such individual, known as Sledge, is expected to testify that after drive-by shootings, they went to Young Thug's home, who then gave them cash to lay low. This testimony could be damning for Young Thug, linking him directly to the gang's violent actions. The case also delves into the controversial use of rap lyrics as evidence. Young Thug's song You references an individual named Tick, who is associated with robbing women. The prosecution aims to use these lyrics to establish a pattern of criminal behavior, despite the defense's objections that lyrics are artistic expression, not admissions of guilt. The trial has already seen its share of drama, with plea deals being offered and rejected. Tanqueray Mender, also known as Nard, turned down a deal that would have significantly reduced his potential 50-year sentence. The rejection of such deals adds to the tension and uncertainty surrounding the case. In the Young Thug RICO case, the rapper is facing a barrage of serious allegations that have sent shockwaves through the music industry. Prosecutors claim that Young Thug, along with 2 other individuals, co-founded a violent criminal street gang known as Young Slime Life, or YSL, in 2012. This alleged gang is said to be associated with the National Bloods gang, notorious for its involvement in violent crimes. According to the indictment, Young Thug played a pivotal role in making YSL a well-known name by frequently referencing it in his songs and on social media. Prosecutors argue that his music not only promoted the gang's activities, but also glorified and encouraged criminal behavior. They maintain that Young Thug's lyrics serve as evidence of his active participation in the gang's illegal activities. The indictment further alleges that between 2013 and 2022, Young Thug and his associates committed a staggering 191 acts as part of the gang's conspiracy to further its interests. These acts range from drug offenses to acts of violence, including shootings and assaults. Prosecutors claim that Young Thug rented a silver Infiniti sedan that was used in the killing of a rival gang member, and on multiple occasions, he and his associates were found in possession of illegal drugs with the intent to distribute. One specific incident mentioned in the indictment involves an altercation at an Atlanta area mall in July 2015. Prosecutors allege that Young Thug threatened to shoot a security guard who was attempting to remove him from the premises. This incident, along with others, forms part of the evidence presented against Young Thug in the RICO case. The gravity of the charges against Young Thug cannot be understated. If convicted, he could face significant prison time, with each racketeering conspiracy charge and gang charge carrying a penalty of 5 to 20 years behind bars. The other charges he faces also carry potential prison sentences. Young Thug's legal team vehemently denies the allegations, arguing that YSL is simply a record label and not a criminal street gang. As Young Thug sits in jail awaiting the outcome, the hip-hop world watches closely, knowing that the verdict could send shockwaves through the industry and beyond. The trial of Young Thug is not just a legal battle, but a cultural moment that could redefine the intersection of music, art, and the law. Tory Lanez. The music industry was rocked by a shocking incident that unfolded on the night of July 12, 2020, involving Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. During an argument that took place after a party in the Hollywood Hills, a firearm was discharged, resulting in Megan sustaining gunshot wounds to her feet. The incident sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, leaving fans and industry insiders stunned and searching for answers. Reports indicate that the altercation occurred within the confines of a vehicle, with both Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion present. The exact details leading up to the shooting remain the subject of ongoing investigation and speculation. In the aftermath of the incident, Megan Thee Stallion displayed immense courage by speaking out about her experience. In an emotional Instagram live video, she revealed that she had been a victim of a violent crime and identified Tory Lanez as the alleged perpetrator. Her decision to share her truth was met with a mix of support and backlash, highlighting the complexities surrounding violence within the music industry. The shooting inflicted not only physical harm, but also emotional trauma upon Megan. As a prominent figure known for her empowering presence in the rap industry, she faced a wave of criticism and victim blaming in the aftermath of the incident. Despite these challenges, Megan remained resolute in her pursuit of justice and used her platform to raise awareness about violence against Black women. Tory Lanez faced legal consequences for his alleged involvement in the shooting. In October 2020, he was charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The case garnered significant media attention and public interest, with many eagerly awaiting the trial and its outcome. The shooting incident between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion sparked a broader conversation about the treatment of Black women in the music industry and society as a whole. It shed light on the prevalence of violence against women and underscored the need for accountability within the entertainment community. The incident also prompted discussions about the responsibility of artists and the profound impact their actions can have on their fans and the culture they represent. After months of anticipation, the trial of Tory Lanez for the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion finally commenced. The courtroom became the stage for a legal battle that would determine the fate of the Canadian musician. As the proceedings unfolded, the world watched with bated breath, eager to see justice served. The prosecution presented a compelling case, arguing that Tory Lanez had committed assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carried a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. They meticulously laid out the evidence, including witness testimonies, forensic analysis, and Megan Thee Stallion's own account of the events. The prosecution painted a vivid picture of a violent act that had left Megan injured and traumatized. On the other side, Tory Lanez's defense team fought vigorously to challenge the prosecution's case. They sought to cast doubt on the evidence presented and questioned the credibility of witnesses. The defense argued that there were inconsistencies in the testimonies and suggested alternative explanations for the injuries sustained by Megan Thee Stallion. Throughout the trial, the courtroom became a battleground of emotions. Megan Thee Stallion bravely took the stand, recounting the harrowing experience and the impact it had on her life. Her testimony resonated with many, shedding light on the lasting trauma that victims of violence endure. After weeks of deliberation, the jury reached a verdict. Tory Lanez was found guilty on charges of assault with a semi-automatic firearm and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The courtroom erupted with mixed reactions, reflecting the deep divide surrounding the case. The sentencing phase of the trial commenced, with both the prosecution and the defense presenting their arguments. The prosecution sought a significant penalty, emphasizing the severity of the crime and the need for accountability. They highlighted the physical and emotional harm inflicted upon Megan Thee Stallion, as well as the broader implications for the fight against violence towards women. Tory Lanez's defense team, on the other hand, pleaded for leniency. They painted a picture of a remorseful individual who had made mistakes and expressed deep regret for his actions. The defense highlighted Lanez's contributions to the music industry and his potential for rehabilitation. Tory Lanez was to serve 10 years in prison. The courtroom fell into a stunned silence as the weight of the verdict sank in. The sentence sent shockwaves through the music industry and sparked intense debates about the appropriate punishment for such crimes.
Meanwhile, musician Tory Lanez, convicted of shooting rapper Megan Thee Stallion, sentenced to 10 years in prison. A judge in Los Angeles handing down that sentence today, culminating a case that filled gossip pages and polarized the music industry.
The sentencing of Tory Lanez marked a significant moment in the ongoing conversation about violence against women and the accountability of artists. It served as a reminder that no one is above the law, regardless of their fame or influence. The case also highlighted the importance of supporting and believing survivors of violence, as Megan Thee Stallion's courage in coming forward played a crucial role in securing justice. Casanova. In the world of rap music, fame and fortune often come hand in hand with controversy and legal troubles. One rapper who has recently found himself on the wrong side of the law is New York native Casanova. Known for his gritty lyrics and street persona, Casanova, whose real name is Caswell Sr., has indeed been sentenced to more than 15 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to charges of federal racketeering and conspiracy to distribute narcotics. This shocking turn of events has sent shockwaves through the music industry and his fan base. Casanova, whose real name is Caswell Sr., rose to prominence in the rap industry with his gritty lyrics and street persona. However, behind the scenes, he was also deeply involved with the notorious untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang. This criminal organization, known for its involvement in drug trafficking and violent crimes, played a significant role in shaping Casanova's life and career. The untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang, also referred to as the Gorilla Stone Gang, originated in New York City and quickly gained a reputation for its ruthless activities. Casanova, with his connections and street credibility, became a prominent figure within the gang, eventually being accused of being one of its leaders. The gang's operations extended beyond the music industry, with members engaging in various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and acts of violence. Casanova's association with the gang provided him with a sense of power and protection, but it also came with a heavy price. Law enforcement agencies closely monitored the activities of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang, leading to a crackdown on its members. In December 2020, a major takedown operation resulted in the arrest of several gang members, including Casanova. The charges against him included federal racketeering and conspiracy to distribute narcotics. One of the key charges Casanova faced was federal racketeering. Racketeering, also known as RICO, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations charges, is a federal offense that targets individuals involved in organized criminal activities. In Casanova's case, the prosecution alleged that he was a leader of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang, a notorious criminal organization. The untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang was known for its involvement in drug trafficking, violence, and other criminal activities. Casanova's association with the gang provided him with a sense of power and protection, but it also exposed him to the legal consequences of his actions. In addition to the racketeering charges, Casanova was also accused of conspiracy to distribute narcotics. This charge highlighted his alleged involvement in the drug trade, a lucrative but dangerous enterprise. The prosecution presented evidence suggesting that Casanova played a significant role in the distribution of illegal drugs, contributing to the cycle of addiction and violence that plagues many communities. While Casanova was initially accused of attempted murder and assault with a weapon, those charges were later dropped. However, the seriousness of the remaining charges was enough to secure a guilty plea from the rapper. By accepting responsibility for his actions, Casanova acknowledged the impact of his criminal activities and the harm they caused to individuals and communities.
Brooklyn-born rapper Casanova pleads guilty to federal racketeering and drug charges.
The details of Casanova's crimes paint a picture of a rapper deeply involved in the underworld of organized crime. The allegations against him reveal a life filled with violence, drug trafficking, and the exploitation of vulnerable individuals. It is a stark contrast to the image he projected through his music and public persona. The sentencing of Casanova to more than 15 years in federal prison sent shockwaves through the music industry and his fan base. It was a stark reminder that even those who seem untouchable can face the consequences of their actions. The downfall of Casanova, once a rising star in the rap game, serves as a cautionary tale for aspiring artists who may be tempted by the allure of the street life. The impact of Casanova's involvement with the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation Bloods gang extends beyond his personal life. It raises questions about the influence of gang culture in the music industry and the responsibility of artists to use their platform for positive change. While rap music has often been associated with street credibility and authenticity, it is essential to separate the art from the criminal activities that may surround it. YNW Melly. The trial of YNW Melly captivated the public's attention as it unfolded in the courtroom. The prosecution presented its case, aiming to prove YNW Melly's guilt in the murders of Anthony Dondre Williams, aka YNW Sack Chaser, and Christopher Thomas Jr., aka YNW Juvie, while the defense fought to establish his innocence. Throughout the trial, key moments emerged that shed light on the intricacies of the case. On the night of October 26, 2018, YNW Melly and his friends were driving through the streets of South Florida. It was during this fateful drive that the unthinkable allegedly occurred. Shots were fired, and both YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie were fatally wounded. The details surrounding the motive for the alleged crime are still murky, but rumors began to circulate that it may have been driven by a lucrative brand deal that went awry. The allure of money and fame can sometimes lead individuals down a dark path, and it seems that YNW Melly may have fallen victim to these temptations. YNW Juvie was a promising young artist with immense talent and raw potential. Contrary to the initial superficial portrayal of a hardened lifestyle, testimonials from friends and family revealed his gentle nature, passion for music, and desire to escape the cycle of violence surrounding him. YNW Sackchaser, known for his outgoing personality and infectious smile, was an aspiring entrepreneur. He aimed to uplift his community by creating opportunities, especially for young aspiring artists. Juvie and Sackchaser had dreams, aspirations, and bright futures ahead of them, all tragically cut short. Melly, devastated by the loss of his friends right after they died, claimed that they had fallen victim to a drive-by shooting. He insisted that he and his friends were innocent victims caught in the crossfire of a random act of violence. The news of the alleged drive-by shooting spread like wildfire, capturing the attention of fans and the media alike. Ballistics reports revealed that the bullets recovered from the bodies of YNW Sackchaser, 21 years, and YNW Juvie, 26, matched the firearm registered to YNW Melly. This crucial evidence raised serious questions about his potential role in the crime. Additionally, forensic analysis of the crime scene indicated that the shots were fired from inside the vehicle, further implicating YNW Melly. Furthermore, witnesses came forward, providing statements that suggested YNW Melly's involvement in the murders. These witnesses claimed to have seen YNW Melly with a firearm on the night of the incident and heard him make threatening remarks towards his friends. However, as the investigation unfolded, the truth began to unravel. The authorities, suspicious of Melly's claims, delved deeper into the circumstances surrounding the deaths of Williams and Thomas. Their findings would paint a much darker picture. Soon enough, the spotlight turned on Melly himself. The police alleged that he was not only involved in the murders, but had orchestrated them himself. In a shocking turn of events, Melly, along with another friend named Cortland YNW Bortland Henry, was arrested in connection with the murders. The authorities believed that Melly had pulled the trigger himself, with Henry acting as his accomplice. The charges brought against Melly were nothing short of severe. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, a crime that carried heavy penalties. The weight of the charges hung heavily over Melly as he faced the legal battle of his life. In February 2019, Demons was arrested and jailed in Broward County Jail in Florida, marking a significant turning point in the case. The trial, which began recently, has already provided a glimpse into the state's compelling evidence. Jurors have been given an inside look at the vehicle in which Thomas and Williams were allegedly shot. Detailed photographs of the vehicle reveal bloodstains covering the seats and the center console, painting a gruesome picture of the crime scene. The prosecution has also presented photographs of the victim's clothing, which were found to be covered in blood and riddled with bullet holes. Of particular interest is a jacket provided by the medical staff, which exhibits a circular area indicating a possible bullet defect. Crime scene investigators have testified about the appearance of blood on the jacket, highlighting how its appearance may change over time. Throughout the trial, the defense has been diligent in cross-examining witnesses presented by the prosecution. They have sought to highlight any inconsistencies or gaps in the evidence, aiming to create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jurors. By challenging the prosecution's narrative and presenting alternative interpretations, the defense aims to secure a favorable outcome for their clients.
Welcome back, everybody. So rapper YNW Melly is 7 weeks out from his retrial in South Florida, and his defense team believes that time should be spent out on bond.
As the trial progresses, the defense will continue to present their case and challenge the prosecution's evidence. Their efforts to cast doubt on the prosecution's narrative and provide alternative explanations will be crucial in shaping the jury's perception of the events. The outcome of the trial remains uncertain, and it will ultimately be up to the jury to determine the defendant's guilt or innocence. Tay K. In the late 2010s, Tay K burst onto the rap scene as a one-hit wonder, captivating audiences with his breakout track, The Race. However, his rise to fame was abruptly cut short when the lyrics of his song became chillingly intertwined with real-life murder charges. Tay K's story is a cautionary tale of a young artist whose promising career took a dark turn. Born in Long Beach, California, Tay K, real name Taymor McIntyre, later moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and eventually settled in Arlington, Texas. His tumultuous upbringing was marked by his father's incarceration and his father's ties to a Crip gang in Long Beach. In 2014, Tay K formed the Daytona Boys alongside his friends Pimpies and Santana Sage. Although the group didn't gain much attention initially, they started performing at local parties to build a buzz. McIntyre started his rap career as part of the rap group Daytona Boys alongside rappers Pimpies and Santana Sage in 2014. The group released their first track, Drift, on audio distribution platform SoundCloud on December 25th, 2014. The group released a series of songs, Barely getting attention as they performed at various parties attempting to create a presence in the local rap scene. McEntire released his first solo song in August 2015 titled Biff Zanin on his SoundCloud account. This and his September 2015 song Sly Cooper garnered local attention within the Arlington rap scene. McEntire's song Mega Man was released on his SoundCloud on March 16, 2016, and along with several other songs McEntire released, became popular after he was arrested on capital murder charges. McEntire released several songs while on the run from the police, including The Race, which was recorded during McEntire's stay in New Jersey, and the music video was released on YouTube the same day as his capture. The song debuted at number 70 on the US Billboard Hot 100 after a large hashtag campaign pursuing the release of McEntire using the hashtag #FreeTake. It peaked at 44 on the Billboard Hot 100 and has over 226 million views on YouTube. The Race has been remixed by numerous artists including Tyga, Lil Yachty, YBN Namir, Fetty Wap, and Rico Nasty, among others. However, in July 2016, Tay-K's life took a sinister turn when he was arrested for capital murder. He and 6 others were charged in connection with a home invasion that resulted in the death of 21-year-old Ethan Walker. The motive behind the crime was an attempted robbery targeting a local drug dealer named Zachary Belote. Tay-K and his crew devised a plan involving 2 girls who would lure Belote to the front door while they stormed the house, armed with guns, in search of drugs and money. Tragically, a confrontation ensued, leading to Walker's fatal shooting. While awaiting trial, Tay-K was placed on house arrest. However, just days before his court case, he cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run. During his time as a fugitive, Tay-K allegedly committed additional crimes. In April 2017, he was accused of shooting and killing 23-year-old cameraman Mark Saldivar during an attempted robbery in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. A month later, he allegedly assaulted and robbed 65-year-old Oni Skip Pepe at a park in Arlington. Despite his fugitive status, Tay-K managed to record and release his track The Race in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The song's lyrics, including the infamous line, F*** a beat. I was trying to beat a case, but I ain't beat that case. B*********, I did the race, became eerily reflective of his real-life situation. McEntire was captured by U.S. Marshals on June 30th, 2017, the same day The Race was released, after a total of 3 months running and hiding from authorities. The song would later reach platinum. After being brought back to Texas for his crimes, McEntire would receive support from his fans on social media. While being held at Tarrant County Jail in Fort Worth, Texas, Tay-K's management team released his debut mixtape, Santana World, on July 29, 2017, and it received a generally positive response from critics and fans. In July 2019, Tay-K faced the consequences of his actions when he was found guilty of murder for his involvement in Ethan Walker's death. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison. Additionally, he was also found guilty of the murder of Mark Saldivar, but his sentencing for that crime is still pending.
Tamor McEntire ever so slightly rolled his head to the side as a judge announced his 55-year prison sentence for the murder of Ethan Walker.
Despite the severity of his charges, Tay-K remained optimistic about his future. On his 21st birthday in June 2021, he went live on social media expressing hope for a successful appeal. However, his recent statement on Twitter, where he expressed the need for a new appeal lawyer, suggests that his prospects may not be as promising as he once believed. With multiple murder charges against him, Tay-K's chances of regaining his freedom seem bleak. His decision to go on the run and his involvement in additional crimes have further complicated his legal battle. Even if he were to appeal his initial murder charge, he still faces the consequences of another murder conviction. The rap career that once held promise has been overshadowed by the gravity of his actions. 9 Luck 9, Glock 9, whose real name is Jaquavius Denard Smith, was born on May 1st, 2000 in Orlando, Florida. Growing up in the West Orlando neighborhood, he faced numerous challenges and obstacles from a young age. Described as a Haitian native, Glock 9 had dreams of becoming a professional footballer, but his aspirations were cut short due to his troubled past and encounters with the law. During his youth, Glock 9 found solace and inspiration in music. He was heavily influenced by artists like T-Pain and Lil Wayne, who played a significant role in shaping his musical style. It was during this time that he earned the nickname Glock from his friends, a reference to the weapon's reliability, which symbolized his relentless determination and work ethic. Despite his talent and passion for music, Glock 9's path to success was hindered by a series of legal troubles. As a teenager, he found himself entangled in a life of crime, which ultimately derailed his football dreams. His encounters with the law started at a young age, and in September 2015, when he was just 15 years old, he was arrested in connection to a shooting that left a 17-year-old hospitalized. The charges against him included aggravated battery with a firearm and unlawful discharge of a firearm. These early brushes with the law set the stage for a pattern of criminal behavior that would follow him throughout his life. Despite the challenges he faced, Glock 9 remained determined to pursue his passion for music. In 2018, he made his debut in the music industry with the release of his first extended play, Cold Face, Cold Case. The 9-track EP showcased his raw talent and unique style, garnering attention from local audiences and industry insiders. His mixtapes, Bloodshell's Revenge and Loyalty Kill Love, further solidified his regional following and caught the attention of Birdman's Cash Money Records. In August 2018, Glock 9 signed a lucrative $2 million contract with Cash Money Records, an imprint of Republic Records, marking a significant milestone in his career. Throughout his career, Glock 9's music was often overshadowed by his involvement in a series of legal troubles. From a young age, he found himself entangled in a life of crime, which would ultimately have a significant impact on his personal and professional life. In October 2018, Glock 9 faced his first major arrest as an up-and-coming rapper. He was charged with possession of a concealed weapon by a convicted delinquent, grand theft in the 3rd degree, and possession of marijuana. These charges marked the beginning of a pattern of legal issues that would follow him in the years to come. The following year, in May 2019, Glock 9 found himself in trouble with the law once again. He was arrested in Orlando, Florida on multiple counts, including possession of marijuana and illegal firearm possession. These charges further tarnished his reputation and raised concerns about his future in the music industry. Unfortunately, the legal troubles did not end there for Glock 9. In January 2020, he was arrested in Miami, Florida, and charged with carrying a concealed weapon. This arrest added to the growing list of charges and created a cloud of uncertainty around his career. As the legal battles continued, Glock 9 faced even more serious charges. In July 2020, he was arrested in Orlando and charged with attempted second-degree murder. This arrest sent shockwaves through the music industry and raised questions about the direction of his career. Just a few months later, in October 2020, Glock 9 was arrested once again, this time on an outstanding warrant related to charges for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of a short-barreled rifle. These charges further compounded his legal troubles and painted a grim picture of his future. In January 2021, Glock 9 faced yet another setback when he was charged with multiple counts of attempted second-degree murder. These charges added to the growing list of criminal offenses and cast a shadow over his music career. The legal battles finally came to a head in June 2021 when Glock 9 was arrested on charges of racketeering and conspiracy to commit racketeering. These serious charges marked a turning point in his life and career as the legal system closed in on him. On December 15, 2021, Glock 9 received his sentencing, which would have a profound impact on his future. He was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to identity theft and possession of unregistered firearms charges. It was revealed that he had fraudulently applied for and received benefits through the Paycheck Protection Act under another person's name. The legal issues and arrests that plagued Glock 9's career had a significant impact on his music and personal life. Despite his talent and potential, his involvement in criminal activities overshadowed his music and led to a downward spiral. Despite the obstacles he faced, Glock 9's talent and unique style continued to resonate with audiences. His guest appearance on YNW Melly's 2019 single 223 Cess brought him mainstream attention, reaching number 34 on the Billboard Hot 100. However, his success was short-lived as his criminal activities caught up with him, leading to a series of arrests and charges. On December 15, 2021, Glock 9 was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to identity theft and possession of unregistered firearms charges. He had fraudulently applied for and received benefits through the Paycheck Protection Act under another person's name. For more interesting videos like this, click on any of the cards displayed on your screen.